All right, here we go. It is time for sports and tacos, my friends. Welcome back to the Platte River Bar and Grill. We are down here for another night of sports and tacos. We have our wonderful host, Mr. Spencer Cadigan. Next to him on his right would be Mr. Robert Humphreys. We call the man Bama. And on the guy on Spencer's left, that would be Taylor. I have no nickname for that guy other than he can pour drinks blindfolded. So, we'll bring that on. So at this point, people, let's bring these boys on. Mr. Spencer Cadigan, let's take it away.
Welcome to Sports and Tacos, everybody. Our next great episode of the greatest sports show on earth. A lot going on in sports again this week. We're going to jump right into the NFL. A little story that I saw that made me happy as a lifelong Denver Broncos fan, knowing that we're starting off against the Raiders in week 1. Their highly touted first-round draft pick running back, Josh Jacobs, is threatening to hold out throughout training camp. It makes me happy because I'm not going to lie. If we're going to lose that game in week 1, it's going to be because they ran the ball right down our throat. And if for some reason they're not able to do that with their star first-round draft pick, that would be awesome as far as I'm concerned. What do Raiders fans think about that?
Come on, Taylor. Tell us how it is, man.
I'll tell you how it is. They're going to sign him. I'm not worried about it. That's how it always goes. It hasn't even started.
Training camp?
Training camp has not even started. I know I'm still in spring training mode. I don't know why. Still thinking about baseball. But training camp hasn't even started. They're going to get him in there. I am seriously not worried about it. And, the guy's like the 26th, 27th pick in the first round. I know
that's what's nuts.
I know he's highly touted, but the way they structure these rookie contracts and these rookies deals, I mean, I don't know what he's holding out. I wish I knew the details on why. It's got to be over some kind of bonuses or something like that.
It's something not very big, but his agent said that he doesn't care. He'll hold out the whole training camp. He'll hold out till he gets his deal.
Maybe this guy's head got a little inflated because they want to make a movie about him. I don't know. His back.
Oh yes, right. The reality show. I forget. Hard Knocks.
No, not Hard Knocks. They want to make a movie about him.
About Josh Jacobs?
About Josh Jacobs and his upbringing. Yes, they do.
I did not know
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know
that. So Hollywood has come to him and they want to make a movie about him, kind of like they did with Michael Orr.
Oh, really?
Like Blindside.
Yeah.
Because of
the plot thickens.
So I don't know if his head got a little inflated with that, so I have no idea, but he'll sign. He'll be there week 1 to ram it down Denver Bronco fans' throats, and it's going to be a good day come week 1.
And also, even if he's not there, which I think he will be there as well, but even if he's not, I mean, what are you saying? So that way you get to throw the ball to Antonio Brown 20 more times that game instead? I don't know if that's any better than having Jacobs back there for the Broncos, because the no-fly zone was not the no-fly zone last year.
I think the no-fly zone will be better, though, but our inside linebackers, I'm not confident in. And if you have a good north-south runner that can just run up the gut 3 times against the Broncos this year with Josie Jewell and Todd Davis as our inside linebackers, you could beat us that way.
Which is like, and I'm sorry, I didn't know until the other day, and somebody corrected me. I had no idea Shane Ray left.
Yeah, Shane
I
Ray's
had
gone.
no idea he went to Baltimore.
Ravens.
I was like, you're full of it. I was like, Google it and show it to me.
That is one position that
and it was Dan of all people. I was like, you don't know nothing about sports. And Dan showed me, and I was like, oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
He's going to rejuvenate his career in Baltimore this year.
We decided not to take Devin Bush. We took Noah Fant instead, and our inside linebackers.
So I know one of the things you guys want to talk about, and this actually brings him up, right? So I want to know, where would you put Jacobs on a prop bet?
As far as Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, see, I heard you guys talking earlier, and I'm telling you, I think that's a prop bet that you guys need to look at.
That's a prop bet. So when we get into prop bets, let's just segue into prop bets right now. We'll start with Josh Jacobs.
That's cool.
Rookie of the Year for Josh Jacobs. Let's just say he signs.
Okay, he signs.
And
I would put
that
him.
Offensive line is nasty.
I would put him right exactly where they have Noah Fant, and that is 20-1. I think both of those guys are going to be extremely important
A
to their
tight end,
offenses.
a tight end and a running back. Has a tight end ever run Rookie of the Year?
He hasn't, but you got to understand, he runs a 4.5 40. He's basically like a Tony Gonzalez.
Okay, you guys were so
And
high on Jake
And
Butt too.
Flacco,
What happened to him?
Flacco throw. He
Butt was hurt from the
that
get-go
high.
I
going
understand.
He's
that
injured
he's
yeah.
hurt.
coming in.
I understand that, but
This
I'm like,
kid is a stud. They're both going to be, in my opinion, equally important to those offenses.
Well, the person that would win
I would
for
put him at 20-1.
a stud in college.
if he did win, no offense, it's going to be because of Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
That's his-
exactly.
That's
Well,
his
that
favorite
and we
kind of
don't
person right there.
we don't really have any stud wide receivers whatsoever.
Yeah, so
who-
he's
I
going
mean,
to be
that
looking
guy
to
can
dip
come
off
out
and
there
go.
in
Cortland
week
Sutton?
1 and get he's
Yeah.
a tier 2.
And
He
then,
ain't a star.
and then, what's Emmanuel going to do this year? Is he?
we don't know. We have
He's
no idea. That's
still
what I'm
not really
saying.
resuming
Is he
activities
practicing
yet.
at all?
If Noah Fant is what they say he is, I can see him getting 10 catches a game. Easy.
Yeah, no, honestly, I could too.
You know what I'm
Again,
saying?
Flacco loves his tight ends, man,
Yeah,
especially when
so,
he gets pressure in his
but the
face,
same
which that
thing with
offensive line
Jacobs.
brings. So.
With Gruden, Gruden is old school. He is
Oh, he runs
he
the
is
ball.
smash mouth football.
Yep.
They will give that kid the ball 30 times a game. So I would put them both probably okay because when it comes to Rookie of the Year voting, quarterbacks are always higher up than
yeah.
everyone else. But I would say 20-1. That's where I put them.
Okay.
So, and speaking of player props, there were some other cool player props that I stumbled across today. Kyler Murray over or under 3,285.5 yards passing this season.
I also wait, how many years?
Personally, I think just because of the high-flying, razzle-dazzle circus of an offense that he's going to be coming into, he could really not even be that great, I think, and still get over 32.
Did you just use the
85.
words high-flying razzle-dazzle with the Arizona Cardinals?
It's McShay, but it's
Really?
it's Cliff Kingsbury's McShay razzle-dazzle
Okay, so you're bringing in
flavor of the week
a
offense.
coach that's never ran a single play in the NFL.
Yes.
You saw what Spurrier did when he did that, right? You saw what Nick Saban did when he went to NFL and tried to do that, right?
That's a good point. I'm taking the over. What you taking, Bama?
Oh, the under, way under.
Right under?
Under.
Ta- Taylor's
that
taking-
guy's going to be running more than he's going to be throwing the ball, and he's going to learn real fast that he needs to sit back in that pocket when he starts getting. NFL's faster, bigger, stronger.
Yeah, true.
Anywhere you go, and he's not running against these. I mean,
Yeah.
no way, man.
That kid can slang the rock.
I mean, look
I
at Lamar
just don't-
Jackson, all the
honestly,
run he did last year. He got beat up the size he had him.
True.
Murray ain't even close to his size.
but I
And
mean,
that's fine,
you're comparing apples and oranges throwing the ball there, though.
I'm talking about running the ball.
I know.
running the ball. I'm
And
just
throwing
saying,
the ball, too, if you
Lamar,
want to.
I'm sorry, I'm saying Lamar.
He's going to be in the shotgun every down, basically, it sounds like, and just slinging the rock 50 times a game.
He's not going to be like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes slinging the rock, but that boy can run. too.
That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons he was the first pick in the draft, though. He came out of the same offense as
Like-
Mahomes.
See, I would be
Well,
more out
I
to
know.
take-
I'm sorry, he's going to be playing in the same type offense.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Mahomes.
he came out of the
because
same-
Kingsbury was at Texas Tech.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm saying under. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to have his learning
Struggles.
curve, and he's going to have his struggles, and he's going to have to
Struggle
learn
bus.
to sit back in that pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched him at Oklahoma. I mean, he was running the ball a lot.
It's true, and he's shorty, but
I mean, he's what, 5'9"?
it is amazing.
Maybe that, yeah.
I mean, he's
Okay.
he's an amazing athlete. Let's
Oh,
put
yes.
that way.
Over,
Definitely.
under.
I think he gets over with rushing and passing combined.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
alright.
could go.
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
can see
That's
that.
my-
All right, who else we got? Who
Okay,
else we got?
Bradley Chubb is 50-1 to win the Defensive Player of the Year. Now, I know, don't get me wrong, 50-1, he's a total long shot, but Bradley Chubb, to me, he had 12 sacks last year as a rookie.
Yeah,
he
that's
could have had
impressive.
more.
Yeah, that is
Um,
impressive.
50-1? Dude, why not throw something on that? 50-1?
Yeah, that much, man. I could
I'm buying
see
that.
throwing 20 or 50 on
I'm
there.
not buying it,
I don't see he's
but
going
I
to
would
do
throw
it. but-
money on it. I'm not buying it. I'm not saying he's going to win it because there's so much bias.
Okay, so bet it or no bet.
At 50-1,
Yeah.
you guys got to keep in mind. So I'm a gambler. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 50-1, your ROI is huge. You
Yeah.
can put $10 on there and still walk away.
Well, no,
with
that's what I'm saying. If
$500. So
a
who
low
cares?
amount like that, sure,
Yeah.
go
I
for
mean,
it.
anybody
But
who's
if you
50-1,
think
I'm
he's
always
really
gonna
going to
drop
win, it ain't going to
at least
happen.
$1 on it. Like,
Yeah.
why would I not?
Why not?
But then,
Exactly.
but,
I would
why
throw
not
a
do
hundo
10?
on that.
But I'm not going to put a hundo on it.
Then I would hedge my bets and put a hundo on Vaughn at 8-1.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
there you go. That's
Why are you
exactly
just
my-
picking two Broncos to win
That's
defensive
because the
player of the year?
Broncos defense is going to be
Why
awesome.
don't you go for some of these other teams with real defensive players?
So, you bet it just small. Bet it just small.
I would bet it small. Now, But if I was just saying he was going to win it, no way.
That's just it stuck out to me that 50-1 was a nice number.
No, that's a nice number for from a betting standpoint.
Then moving on, most receiving yards in the NFL this year, Odell Beckham is at 10-1. I kind of like that. I mean, I think he's set up to have a huge year with the Browns. The Browns, on paper, are set up to have a huge year.
Yeah.
You betting it or no bet?
I'm not betting that because, again, like I say,
Jarvis.
yeah, he's got too much on the outside right there.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to share with Jarvis Landry. He's going to get his. I know Baker's going to sling the ball around, and Freddie Kitchens likes to sling the ball around with them both.
Yeah.
But I don't see getting that much just by himself.
You
man.
betting
I really
or no
don't.
betting?
I'm not betting that
You're
one.
not betting Odell?
I got Jarvis on the other side and sophomore slump from Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
I mean, people know how to play him. People know how to play him now, and they're going to know how to play defense against this guy, so I'm saying no.
Probably an even better bet than Odell is Antonio Brown. Is at 15-1.
Now, that would be one I would take.
I mean, I could see him easily getting between 1,500 and 1,800 yards this year.
Easily.
Which puts you right there in the league.
For sure.
Who else are they going to throw the ball to? So I would definitely be putting something on Antonio Brown at 15-1 also.
Yeah, I would put it on him before I'd put it on Odell.
So you're betting Antonio? You liking Antonio? 15-1?
I'll bet Antonio just because we lost our best receiver for the last 2 seasons in Jared Cook.
Yeah.
And I would take that. You know, he's got some young receivers around him that can open the field for him as well. Antonio Brown's just a beast, man, and he's got something to prove, as does Derek Carr.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr is gonna sling the ball this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And he's just gonna get it going. I mean, this is a make or break it year for Derek Carr.
And
I mean, they didn't get
If he
Antonio Brown
doesn't
there to
get this
run,
offense
blocking
going,
routes.
Yeah.
Carr's out.
And these are again are trying to I don't know if any of these will hit, but they just by quickly glancing at them, if they did, these are bets that'll make you some dough.
Pretty high
you know what I'm saying?
percentage-wise. Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
another one, you guys probably disagree on this one, but I like it as a long shot at 12-1. That's Baker Mayfield winning the MVP this year. Betting it or no bet?
No bet.
No.
No bet? No bet.
Not betting that.
I'm betting it. I'm not betting it big, but again, I'm high on the Browns. On paper, they got everything that they need. Offensive Rookie of the Year. We already talked about Josh Jacobs. I also think Noah Fant is going to be equally as important to his offense.
Yep, for sure.
I think both of those guys, throwing a little something on both of those guys at 20-1.
I think you're too high on a tight end. I really do.
Like I was saying,
I know we're in the Mile High State, but I'm like, you're just like going crazy on this tight end.
I just feel like he could be a product of who he's got behind him right there.
he's got Flacco, who loves the tight ends. There's no real star wide receiver running out there. And Flacco, I'm not going to lie, if he's under pressure a lot, he's going to be dumping the ball to the tight end a lot.
Yeah, and they're going to spec those routes ready for him.
Because they didn't do anything for that O-line.
Not really, other than
No, and he's going to be on his
other than Dalton
running
Reisner.
around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super improved. It's definitely not fixed.
Now,
So
Flacco's hoping Fence is his new Dennis Pitta. That's
yeah,
what
exactly.
He's hoping for right there.
So
That poor guy, Dennis Pitta, man, that guy just hurt.
trying to think if I got
But
any.
between the two, if I had to pick Jacobs or Fenn, I would say Jacobs probably has a better nod to get that right there.
I would
Just
take
speaking of
that.
running back, and honestly, and
While
he's going to get used a lot to open up for Antonio Brown and these other guys.
Yeah.
And like you say, Gruden loves to run the ball. So if he plays a full 16 games, then I could see it good
Okay,
Jacobs' way.
one more real quick NFL question after player props.
He's fine.
Of these 4 players that have something to prove this year, because basically it's a make or break year for them, your options are Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Eli Manning, Joe Flacco. Who has the most to prove this year? And I'm
Eli Manning. Period.
I say
I'm
it's
going
close with Flacco.
Flacco.
I like Eli too. I like Eli on
I
that.
mean,
Now,
but-
Greg-
I get it with Flacco, but here's the issue. Eli's been there. He's already got what, 2
That's
rings?
what I was about to say.
It-
Eli and Flacco are both at the tail end of their careers.
Absolutely.
So, even if say it's both their last seasons, it's not the end of the world. They've made their money. They've done what they need to do, which is why I kind of got to go with, me personally, with Mariota. I mean, that guy, if he doesn't show something this year, he's basically a bust in my book. And he was like the 8th pick of the draft that year.
He was supposed to be the next second coming of the great
Yeah, and
quarterback.
I'd like to say Winston, but Winston, his off the field stuff is gonna.
Winston's garbage.
Turns the ball over too
Marcus
much, man.
Mariota, make or break it. That's my pick. That guy's got to do something this year. He's gone.
So you're saying?
Well, no, I agree with that too. Yeah, he actually not just this year. I think Mariota's got to do it in the first couple of games.
Oh, he's got to do it.
For, what's his name from Miami's quarterback?
Yeah, he's got to do something.
Right now, but yeah, he's really got to come on
You can
strong.
see Winston and Mariota only
All right, here we go. We are coming back from our break. These guys are talking sports and tacos. They want to get into fantasy football at this point. So, Spencer, take it away.
Welcome back to Sports and Tacos, everybody. We're trying to come up with, cool stuff for football while we're in the middle of July and waiting for training camp to start. So just kind of for some filler NFL stuff, we thought it might be kind of cool if we had the opportunity to draft our all-time fantasy team. This is not current players. This can be current players or players from the past. So it's kind of difficult. But I think it might be kind of cool. Cool little topic.
Lots of people to
little
choose.
NFL filler.
Wait a minute. I need to clarify. You guys are talking literally doing an all-time.
All time.
Not just this next year's players.
No,
No.
that's
All
for
time.
another show.
We got to sit down for 3 hours in September and do
That's
that
for
for
another
real.
show.
We'll talk
We are
about real
talking
stuff.
about if
So I can go back to Jim Thorpe if I
you
want
can go
to.
back to freaking Autogram. You can go back to whoever you
I want to go to Mr. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I get
So
you.
anyways-
You guys keep going.
Really quick, we got the numbers 1, 2, and 3 sitting. That's one thing about it. It's going to be real fantasy, so we can't pick the same players. And this week, all we're going to do is we're going to do our top quarterback ever and our top 2 running backs we would put on our team of all time.
Okay.
Bama, pick a number.
I'm saying sweetness.
Taylor, pick a number.
Not
Number
that
2.
anybody cares. I'm still saying sweetness.
Number 1.
Number 3. Okay, Taylor, kick us off. Now we're going to write this down. And what we're going to do is it's probably going to take 2 or 3 weeks, maybe, to get our teams built. And then when we're done with that, we're going to throw it online and we're going to let people vote for who has the all-time greatest fantasy
Oh,
football
I thought we were going to
team.
bring them all into pads and play each other.
We were going to try to, but some of them you would take.
I may be a
and
computer
literally
guy,
act
but
as
I'm not that
God.
good, dude. I am not that good.
I'll give you the shovel. You can go dig some
Yeah,
people
right.
up if you need to.
That depends on who you pick. Then your
Are
team will be at a loss then.
Are we only start? We're starting with quarterbacks now, and then we'll move on. And are we
Yeah.
gonna draw again?
No.
I'm-
No, that's
okay.
the order. We're going to go up and down a ladder.
Oh man, you put me at the pole position.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So Taylor's all-time best NFL quarterback you would ever have.
This is
On your
good and
team.
bad, right?
Oh, it's good and bad,
It
but-
is good and bad.
I know everybody's gonna hate this, but
I know who it is.
I love the guy. I mean, I do. I love him and I hate him. I love to hate him. The guy is amazing,
He
and
is.
he's worked
I
with.
I hate to love him.
It's Tom Brady.
His
Yeah,
wife
so he
is
had to be
so
TB12.
good looking.
I'm sorry, man. That guy is just. He can't. You can't tell me any guy who got drafted that low and just came back, and he's just been.
I mean, I loved.
He's
loved-
amazing.
I
I
love.
Consistency in the playoffs
I would-
and the
way.
Super Bowl in general.
I would be.
man,
I would be amazed if he didn't win at least one more Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
They had 6 draft picks in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah. The
I
Super
mean-
Bowl champs. Yeah.
and those that he. It doesn't matter who he has around him. They compete and they win.
I hate.
And I just like sometimes. I mean, every year we talk about Patriots are done this year. They're done. I mean, Gronkowski's out this year. They're like, oh, they're done.
He's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
I
off
don't believe
topic or anything, but like literally, just real quick, can you guys name like of the entire reign of the Patriots? Okay, Tom Brady's going to the Hall of Fame. Gronk's going to the Hall of Fame. Who else?
Brewski.
You think he's going to the Hall
Yeah,
of
I
Fame?
think he'll go to the Hall of Fame.
that.
I mean, literally, and the reason I bring this up, when you look back at other dynasties, the entire teams end up in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
They have done it with parts and pieces.
Parts and pieces every
Yeah.
year.
It's
And
insane.
like every time you think they're out, they just climb right back
they
up.
do.
They get that one game, they get beat like 40-7. You're like, oh, they're done.
Everybody
Yeah,
They're
everybody's
done.
figured 'em out,
There,
yeah.
it's over. And then they just come back and they just stick it right back in you.
Yeah,
and they're like,
okay,
I'm
I
back.
have
They're
one
like,
other
yeah.
note to that too. They have, for that entire reign, basically played in the worst division in football. They get 6 wins every year. I mean, think about the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets for the last 18 years. That is hot garbage.
But they still have to get through the playoffs.
I know, I get it, but
they
that's
still have to
okay.
win the
I
Super
get that. But and Jimmy, would you look up, or maybe even for next week, how many times have they gone to the Super Bowl not playing the AFC Championship game at home? What they get by being in that division every year is the AFC Championship game at Foxborough.
Yeah?
Nobody's beating them in Foxborough.
Yeah, the Raiders did.
Baltimore's beat them.
No,
In Foxborough?
But hey,
to go in the AFC Championship
no,
game?
the Raiders did, and then they
Was
had
it?
the touchdown.
Okay, that's all I remember.
I'm pretty sure we have. I'd have to double check that.
Okay, but just
I know where Taylor's going, and they
But
did.
anyways,
But the Raiders beat them in Foxborough, and then we had the tuck rule.
Yeah, the tuck rule.
Right.
So they
All right.
didn't beat them.
They
All right,
created
so-
a rule to keep them from winning that game.
moving on. I mean,
Yeah,
You
so
know
what-
what? That play right there, that just cemented Tom Brady into this whole dynasty to where everybody hated on the Raiders. They wanted the Patriots to win that
The
game.
tuck rule.
And if that game never happened, Drew Bledsoe goes back to being starting quarterback
He does,
the
yeah.
following
Probably,
year.
yeah.
But since Tom Brady takes them all the way to Super Bowl,
And you never hear Tom Brady probably after
you
that.
probably would have never heard of Tom Brady again. That was the start of that dynasty, that play. And it makes me...
I don't know. I just think Deflategate, dude. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
They're
Hey,
cheaters.
hey,
I mean,
hey,
they
They're
are.
not cheaters.
They are
Dude,
cheaters.
come
McDaniels
on.
got
Okay,
busted
don't-
as the Broncos head
don't
coach
even get-
doing the same thing they
Don't
did
even
in
get
the
me on
Rams Super
Deflategate.
Bowl.
Brad Johnson.
The first Rams Super
Brad
Bowl.
Johnson, before the Super Bowl against the Raiders, I mean, he came out and said, I had him overinflate the balls because I liked him bigger.
You know,
Yeah,
when you go
I've heard
back
Aaron Rodgers say
to
the
Tom
same
Brady's,
thing. He gets his deflated a little
Okay,
more
listen
so
to
he
this
can
though.
grip better.
Yeah.
I've
You
heard that-
realize the only play the Rams scored on in that first Super Bowl, Brady's first Super Bowl, is a play they did not run in pregame warmups. It was like a quarterback sneak. They knew what plays were coming at them.
No, they
And
didn't
McDaniels
know
brought
everything.
that same cheating nonsense
no.
to the Broncos and got
No.
busted
Okay,
for
well,
it.
You know what?
blame
No.
them.
And it didn't work.
No, I'm going to
Anyways.
call you on that, dude.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't-
don't. I believe
They-
there was. I believe
It's
Belichick's always been a
documented.
cheater. I believe he's always been a cheater. Don't get me wrong.
He's,
And
I don't think he's a cheater.
but
He
you're-
fudges the rules.
Hey,
He pushes the envelope.
You know
which is
this,
what you got to
dude.
do in
You're not
sports.
winning if
I
you're not
guess
cheating.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's an old racing
Exactly.
adage.
But
Yeah.
the other side of that is, I don't know. Your statement is pretty bold,
That's
dude.
not my statement. I didn't come up with that. That is an actual fact from the NFL.
But if
All
I'm
right.
sitting there...
All right, so I'm going to ask you. You bring that back next week, and I want you to hold it up on a piece of paper. I want you to show everybody because I don't know that that's.
It was they have the video of all the plays the Rams run in warm-ups of that Super Bowl.
All right.
The only play they scored on was a play they did not run in warm-ups.
Okay.
They were recording what they were freaking doing.
All right. I like I said.
So anyways,
I want you to bring
Tom
that back
Brady,
next week.
Tom
But-
Brady
so-
is off the board.
So wait, but all his 6 Super Bowls are just...
They're nothing.
They're nothing.
They're all-
Tom
yeah.
Brady,
They're all
suck.
got asterisk bomb. You know, it's
I don't
the
know
home run
about
chase
that.
all
I
over.
don't know about
All
that.
right, Bama. Tom Brady's off the board. Who are you going to take?
Brady's off the board. I'm gonna go since Brady is. I was actually gonna go Brady. I would say it's a good pick. Got to go with my favorite quarterback growing up, man, and go Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
And I did not say Joe Montana. I said Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. He was
Joe
the-
Montana was a quarterback, you idiot.
in the NFL.
I said Joe
And
Montana.
people do still argue the fact that Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback ever
He's
because he
undefeated.
never lost
Never
a
lost.
Super Bowl.
Never lost.
Tom Brady has lost
He
what, 3
has.
of them?
2.
2?
It's tough when you... It's
Two?
Two.
3.
I think
No,
it's-
he lost 3. 2 to the Giants, 1 to the Eagles. Eli beat
Yeah,
him
both
twice.
times they beat him.
What do
The
you mean he
Giants.
lost to the Eagles?
He lost to the Eagles.
Yeah,
just
Eagles last year.
just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was... Oh, he did?
Yeah, remember they came back and freaking
Yeah, that was Foles in the quarter.
Oh,
back in there.
St.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
Great St. Nick.
Were you in the U.S. when that happened? I'm just. Yeah. I think you're.
We
in
I
were,
tried
Mexico.
to-
we were
tried to
sitting
forget-
right in there and
I try to
eating-
forget about football
shoving
once
prime
my
rib
team
and jumbo shrimp in our face.
annually does not make the playoffs.
Say when it's
so-
2 teams like Philly and New England, yes,
And I hit a
sometimes
Super
you want
Bowl
to
square
forget
that
that.
year, and I won a snowboard in the raffle. Boom.
Boom.
Oh, aren't you used to
Awesome.
bet?
Have you used
And
that
I
snowboard?
immediately
Okay.
sold it to Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
But Joe
freaking
Montana-
Expo.
Because yeah,
You
you
gotta
like
go.
the
I gotta go
snow
with Joe,
apparently
man.
with that bald head.
No, nobody much more clutch than him, ball in his hand when you need it right there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So who was your pick?
Joe
Mr.
Montana.
Joe Montana.
Mr. Joe.
Okay,
By the
so
way,
that-
he's a dickhead.
Is he?
Yeah, and I'm
That's
going to say
fine.
that right on mic. I didn't. I met him at. It was had to be what 93 at the Pro Bowl,
Yeah.
And he was not a cool dude.
And you're not the only one who's ever said that.
I know.
Don't doubt it one
and
bit.
that's why I'm not afraid to say that on the mic, dude.
Really?
I walked up to
Seems
him.
like
I was
such
like,
a nice guy.
He
No.
kind of does,
Oh.
actually, yeah.
He's actually very unapproachable, and he does things like, I think it was the Super Bowl like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they had all the old Super Bowl MVPs come out, and he did not want to come because they would not pay him enough money.
What?
Right,
They were
right,
just trying to honor
right.
these guys, and I'm like, they're just honoring you.
Yeah,
wanna
you just
get-
go.
now you got to get paid to get honored.
Well,
No.
he is from Notre Dame. That does give him a little bit of a
Screw Tom
backlash.
Brady.
That's the
screw
same thing
Joe
with-
Montana. Nobody cares.
Well,
Hey, you
that's
know
the
what?
same
No,
thing
they
with
don't
Joe
care.
Theismann.
But I'll take him on my team all day
Me
long.
too.
Joe Theismann was
Because
the
I am
same
about
thing.
to pick the greatest quarterback,
No, you're
the
not.
true
No.
greatest quarterback
That
of
sells
all
cars.
time.
All right, here we go.
Of all time,
All right.
John Elway.
Really?
Greatest quarterback ever to play the game
Can you,
of
uh,
football.
okay.
Laser rocket arm.
Can we
Oh,
get
okay.
a mask of Homer Simpson for him to wear for a minute?
There is not one other quarterback I would ever want.
All right, so-
when all the chips
So
are
here's the
down.
thing. You know I'm a huge Broncos fan, and I love John Elway. I
2
thought he
yard
was-
line, we got him right where
You know,
we
he
want
lost
him.
I
3
do.
before he finally won one.
And we
Right.
finally put it.
Hey,
it
oh
was
wait,
some players
Bama,
around him.
Bama, you got to hold off on
He
that.
took Sammy
there was a
Winder,
whole lot wrong
Vance
with that
Johnson,
entire
Doesn't
team.
matter.
Ricky
Does not matter.
Nattiel, Steve
He-
Foley.
I will say this, he did
He
carry.
took a bunch of backups to the Super Bowl.
He was
like
the
4
Buffalo
times.
Bills until he finally won one.
Until
Right.
he
And I would've took
finally
Buffalo
won one
over them.
and ended an AFC Super Bowl drought that lasted like 16 years.
That's thanks to your defense right there.
Boom.
All right, and
No.
he went back to back. I'll give you that.
Back
However,
to back.
Should've
A
went-
retired
should've
a
went-
football god.
Should've went
However-
back to back to back.
Shoulda,
Oh,
coulda,
third,
woulda.
yeah.
But-
He could have won 4 in a
but
row.
he decided he was like, I'm retired.
That is Michael
I
Dean
am-
Perry's fault. If he doesn't get off the field in that Jacksonville Jaguar game, we beat the Jaguars and we destroyed the freaking Patriots.
Are you okay?
Green Bay. Well, okay, we
He's
just
getting a little like
it made me that mad because the Patriots
So it's
ended up. If you guys remember,
I think
Jimmy,
we need-
you probably
we need
remember.
John
You
Elway here to
remember
hug
the game-
Spencer.
You remember the game, same season, where Shannon Sharp, we were beating the Patriots so bad that we needed to call in the National Guard.
Oh, and he
Remember
picked
that?
up the phone.
That's what we
I remember
did to the
that, yeah.
Patriots that year. They
I
ended up
remember
in
that.
the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe that
right.
year. We would have destroyed the Packers 2 years in a row, been the only three-peats
You
ever.
don't know
Michael Dean
that.
Perry, it's your
You
fault. You
don't
didn't
know
get off
that.
the field
Okay.
in time. They didn't have to punt the ball. You gave Brunell another chance. Sorry.
All right, so Bronco on Bronco. Here's
you
my
couldn't
here's my
stop
point,
Jacksonville.
right?
What's that?
I love Elway. He's a great player. He's a douchebag in real life, but
That I'll
he's a
agree to,
great
yeah.
player. I will totally give you that. However, mind for mind, I will take Peyton Manning over him any day of the week. And he-
Mind for mind, but not arm for arm, man.
Arm for arm,
Elway
no,
made stuff
no.
happen that no
Absolutely.
one else could.
from a
It's not
play
always
from a
about your
play
arm,
pers-
though. I mean,
exactly.
You got to look at the intelligence, and
I
that's
get
why
it.
I take Tom Brady.
Oh, no.
Or I take like
Peyton
a Peyton
is
Manning.
the
Yeah.
smartest
'Cause-
quarterback ever to play the game.
Right.
He
Hi-
throws
him
wide
and Tom
receivers
Brady.
open.
Him
Right.
and Tom Brady.
Brady
Brady can
Brady's
work
the-
with
He's like
whatever,
a
but-
freaking anomaly.
Okay, so if I had to throw my, and I'm not in this.
No, I know.
I'm just saying I'm not in this.
You can be-
Absolutely.
Well, you can-
nope,
you-
I am not in this.
you
I'm
can
going to
t-
tell you straight up.
By
but
PFM?
but it would be PFM for me. I guarantee you, because Brady's already gone.
Well, dude,
I will say that.
You're
But,
going to be an
I mean-
asterisk, but we'll keep track. PFM, Jimmy.
No, that guy's
He just
one
called
of
you
the
an
most
ass, Jimmy.
intelligent quarterbacks that's ever been on the field.
And,
for
and
asterisk.
his brother Eli he's probably as good, if not better, in the mind. But that guy has no arm. He has no ability to play. But that's Eli. Whatever.
Okay.
But I'm back to PFM.
Okay, so we're going up and down a ladder on our draft. So that means I get to take the first running back.
So you're changing this in the middle, up and down.
No, we're doing a snake draft.
Yes,
We're
snake
doing
draft.
right up
Come
and down.
back.
I know, but
So-
he didn't clarify that.
I
not
did.
clarify that.
He did,
I
but-
did to him.
Oh, you
just
get it
made
to one person.
So I
Here-
get the first running back.
Okay,
pick
Here I
because
am
got
trying to
last
run the show,
quarterback.
So
and, you-
25%.
and you're changing it.
I
All right.
still got the greatest quarterback ever, even with pick number
Take
3.
him all day.
All right, Spencer is taking as his all-time greatest running back ever.
You gotta go Terrell
This
Davis.
is in his prime. No, I'm actually not. Bo Jackson.
Okay, good pick. I like
Bo
it.
Jackson, that dude, in his prime, if he does not get hurt, was the greatest combination of power and speed I've ever seen.
Power,
And speed.
power.
That's Bo was
Dude,
pretty
he ran
big, man.
Bosworth
Bo was pretty
over
power. Yeah,
like
he's,
he
yeah.
wasn't even there.
Oh, I know. He's power,
Yep.
dude.
Can you think of any other running back?
No. And that guy's career was shortened way too early.
He was the greatest running back.
That guy was probably.
Is he in the Hall of Fame? I know
he
he's
won't be in the
not.
Hall of Fame.
I can't think of his name. But
He's not.
who was the guy that played for the Bears?
Gale Sayers?
No.
No.
The other guy.
Is that Walter Payton?
Walter Payton.
Yeah. Oh, that guy's a beast.
How do you not pick him?
Well, you might get picked. So Bama.
Or you then you got the Houston Oilers.
I wasn't going with
Campbell.
them.
Earl Campbell,
Honestly,
yeah.
man,
Oh, I grew up watching Earl Campbell, man. That guy was a moose. Oh my God, that was fun to watch.
getting one of the best ever too, and I'm going to go Jim Brown. Start with.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, great pick. Love that.
Jim Brown.
Again, another good combination of some power and speed.
That's back when
I
football was
totally
football.
agree.
Yeah, when you could actually hit people too.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
He was a beast. Didn't they win 6 straight NFL championships before it was a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You know what, Bama? You just brought up a topic for next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. Did we pussify football?
100%.
Well, let's talk about it another time. But I tend to agree with you, but then there's other sides to that. So,
yeah.
Well, let's talk about that another time.
But I stick with Jim Brown. I'd say that'd
you're
be my
taking
first
Jim
pick.
Brown.
I'm going
So
Jim.
you got to. Okay.
All right.
Who are you going to put behind TB12?
TB12, I'm going to put good old another guy that had his career shortened, not because of injury, because of his team. And he had nothing around him.
I was gonna pick
He had
him.
a terrible offensive line. He had a terrible quarterback. He had multiple coaches. Barry.
Yeah, that's who was going to be my
Barry
second one.
Sanders.
I was torn
Sanders.
between Barry and
I
Brown.
mean,
Yeah.
geez, I mean, that guy had
Dude.
nothing.
Oh, you put him on any other
That guy-
decent team, man, and he would. I mean,
That
he would
guy
have
would-
4 or 5 Super Bowls,
that guy would have
possibly.
every record
6
in the book.
MVPs. I mean,
Most
yeah.
explosive running back ever.
Yeah, elusive as well.
I mean, it was just unbelievable.
You couldn't tackle that guy.
I mean, literally, people
Yeah.
would tear jerseys off of this guy.
Yeah, you couldn't get him down. You couldn't.
You could not
Thank
get that
you.
boy down. I mean, that guy was amazing.
And stuck on the
And it's so
fourth
sad
lines,
that he
man.
only ran for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was just over it.
It was
Oh, hell yeah. When it was
he
10 years, it was probably like 15 or 20.
He was
and
the
wear
an-
and tear just because of the team he was playing
He
with.
was the ankle-breakingest running back I've
Oh,
ever,
yeah, he was Allen
ever,
Iverson on the whole
ever
football field.
seen. So great pick. I mean,
Yeah.
TB12 and Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Joe Montana, John Elway, and Bo Jackson. Psh, I'm beating you guys at Tecmo Bowl.
What are you talking about?
Anyways.
Why we take Mo? Because Bo Jackson always gets the counter. See?
All right, Taylor, we're going up and down a ladder. Who's your second
God, I
best
gotta
running
go with
back
another
ever?
one right away.
Yeah, Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, and Bo Jackson are off the board.
Oh, I got that.
I know it's kind of hard.
It's.
You might almost. But there's so many. I mean,
I know there's so many, and I'm like,
we could almost freaking.
I mean,
might
if you
just
guys
pull
got.
up- I might-
And we're getting them, yeah, and this is prime time people.
Do I need
so.
to put up the Jeopardy clock, man? Come on.
no.
Come on. You
One you got.
you got this.
All time. Just to give you a.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm like, it's tough when I'm.
It's tough when you don't
See,
have.
I've got a
list
couple
front
in the
of you.
head again. I'm trying to debate on.
I know.
I know.
Right?
I got a couple people I'm debating on.
All right, we don't have all night, man.
Here's it.
Oh, look at this. He's pulling up. You know what? Is that cheating if you're looking at your
No.
phone?
You know what?
Is that you?
I'm gonna go with what Jimmy was saying though. This guy.
Yeah, I don't know
watched-
how you wouldn't.
No, I watched him. I was obviously
For
young,
his size,
but
dude?
for his size and who he
Dude.
was, and he's still an animal. Earl Campbell.
Earl,
Oh,
hell yeah.
Earl
I mean,
Campbell.
If you had those two in that backfield, I mean, you got Barry Sanders, elusive, one of the
You got-
fastest guy on the field
Yeah.
any day, and you got Earl Campbell back there, and
Your-
he's just a
your-
big
your
bruiser.
thunder and lightning.
Oh God! I mean, Earl Campbell was a monster.
Heck yeah. Yeah,
And
he was, man. Yeah, he was a beast back
He's
there.
still a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah, definitely.
And what slowed him down was it was physical, but it was a biological issue. So that's the only reason he ended up out of the game. It was all a brain function.
And he went one of the greatest colleges ever, Texas.
Oh jeez, here we go.
Texas. But no, Earl.
Walter Payton, he didn't go to Texas, did he?
You
No.
didn't go one.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Walter.
Earl
We're
Campbell.
talking about Earl
Earl
Campbell,
Campbell.
dude.
Well, see,
Hello.
that's why it's tough. I mean, you got Walter Payton
Yeah, there's
up
11.
there.
There's
Oh,
five or
there's.
six
I'm
guys
looking.
right
I'm
there.
looking here, and there
I
it
mean,
is.
it is.
Pretty unbelievable.
I mean, it's
So
a.
that would be my pick is
I would
Walter
think-
Payton. You already took Earl Campbell, so I couldn't take that if I were in this.
Yeah.
But I would be taking Walter Payton.
Oh, man,
I
it's just-
loved watching that guy.
I
But
wish-
Earl
see,
Campbell
I
was
wish I
the number
I
one.
wish I was a little older so I could actually see these guys when I could appreciate it more.
Oh, my
I mean, you
gosh.
watch tapes on these guys. I mean, he was just an animal.
It was fun to watch, man.
Like I said,
It
coming
really
to
was.
Ripping off jerseys, he'll have nothing but shoulder pads left on him.
I
and running
know.
down
Oh,
the
no
field,
doubt.
You know? I
No
mean,
doubt.
Yeah.
I loved
You probably
watching
could have
both of those
undressed
guys.
that guy on the field. He'd
He's
still be
still going to
moving.
be running for the
So
touchdown.
I'm going to go with Barry Sanders and Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell's legs
All right,
look
Bammy.
like tree trunks, man.
What you think of Bama?
Thinking a couple of things, man. Let's see. I already got my boy Jim Brown back there, so I got some power and speed going on now. I'm gonna go a little different from what I was thinking of originally. I'm gonna take Emmitt Smith.
Oh, dang it.
Emmett.
I'm gonna take him.
was gonna be my
I hate
pick.
that I didn't take Walter Payton because I know
wasn't even thinking
that
about
that
Emmett.
dude is by far one of the best around. But
Wait. Has Earl
His
Campbell?
longevity.
I'm sorry. Has
was
Walter
unbelievable.
Payton been
No,
taken?
he's about to be, though.
yeah.
Well, you still have a chance.
No, I'm gonna stick with Emmitt
Sticking
Smith
with
on
Emmett.
this one, man.
Only reason
I'm
I
sticking
get
with
it.
Emmett.
Wow, that's not a bad pick.
I
dude.
get it for longevity. That dude's career, longevity, in and out, every year, he put up numbers for like 16 years. It's one thing to be a stud for 6 years.
Yeah.
To be a stud every year for like 16 years, that's unbelievable. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up. It's pretty easy. I'm taking Sweetness, Walter Payton.
Man, there's so many good ones still left.
Oh,
There is so many.
Well, just
Look at
this-
that.
look
Eric
this list.
Dickerson.
I pulled
Thurman
out
Thomas.
two names and
Ladainian
two of my boys
Tomlinson.
up here.
Tomlinson. yeah.
I pull out two names,
Marcus
two of my
Allen.
boys up
Marcus
here.
Allen,
Take
forgot about him too. Hell, honestly,
each of my
OJ back in his
players.
prime. I mean, I hate to
OJ.
say it, but OJ was great when he played
Adrian
football.
Peterson, I mean,
AP,
when he was in his
yeah.
prime.
He's in his
Terrell
prime,
Davis in
too.
his prime.
Yeah.
See, you weren't old enough to remember this, I bet, but I
What's
watched
that?
him playing those commercials where he was running.
Oh,
through
the Hertz.
airport.
He's running through the
Oh,
airport. I remember the Hertz
love that,
commercials.
man.
I'm 43. I remember them.
Oh, what were you, like
Curtis
3?
Martin.
Pretty close to
Yeah,
it,
that's
probably.
the guy
Yeah.
longevity. He gets no fanfare, but Curtis Martin, for
Marshall
years.
Faulk.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk. Damn straight, man. Yeah.
Multi-purpose. That guy had 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards running 1 year.
Jerome Bettis, the bus.
The bus.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot. But so, anyways,
Corey Dillon.
Cyberworld.
Wow.
Taylor's team consists of Tom Brady, Barry Sanders, and Earl Campbell.
That sounds like a dynasty to me.
Bama's team consists of Joe Montana, Jim Brown, and Emmitt Smith. And the greatest
We'll make the
team
playoffs.
ever, John Elway, Bo Jackson, and Walter Payton. You ain't stopping that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And that's where we're going to
actually,
stop
man.
this
Yeah.
week for our all-time fantasy NFL team. Next week, we'll continue with wide receivers, tight ends, and we might be able to get into some defense. So that's that. We all have spectacular-looking teams. But
Those would be some pretty good teams to hook up on Madden and play them on.
I was going to say, I always wish you could do that, but I don't know.
No, I forgot. I gotta give you that game.
I don't know if there's a way to do
No,
that.
I
or
got
not,
that Xbox game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is an Xbox game that they
Yep.
have that they came out with. It was like an NFL Legends game, and I literally had on my team. I think I had Kenny Stabler, Fred Biletnikoff, and Barry Sanders were like my 3 prime
That's
guys.
something I would
That's
play.
pretty-
I would
I was
play
like-
an all-time type
But it
Madden.
was so much fun, and like you'd be playing guys like you got Joe Montana and Barry Sanders or whoever. I mean, just
Uh-huh.
Emmitt Smith,
All-time
and-
greats.
And then you'd have your guys on defense, and I mean,
Oh,
Rod
that'd
Woodson.
be pretty cool, man. Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
So
like
just
that.
keep track of it, Cyberworld. In the end,
Bruce Smith,
we're going to have
yeah.
everybody vote online for who has the greatest all-time.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. I love this segment. It was a lot of fun. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Tacos and sports.
Adios.
All right, we're getting back. We're having a good time down here at Platte River Bar and Grill. Let's take it back up to Mr. Spencer Cadigan.
Hello, world. Welcome back to Sports and Tacos. We are moving on to the NBA. Pretty big free agents period in the NBA. There has been some crazy stuff that has gone on in the NBA in the last week since you saw us last. The biggest, there's many free agent signings that we could talk about, but obviously the biggest one is Kawhi choosing the Clippers over the Lakers. And the Clippers ending up with Paul George, trading five first
Move
round
that stick,
draft
big boy.
picks to the Thunder for Paul George. What are your guys' thoughts on Kawhi basically saying no to LeBron?
Because Kawhi wants to be his team, not LeBron's team.
I like that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he wants to be his team. I mean, he's was kind of in the shadows in San Antonio.
Yeah.
He made Toronto his team, put him on their shoulders, and took him all the way to championship. They kind of threw him there like, haha, we sent you to Toronto. And then he was like, haha, I showed you what I can do.
Yes,
And now he's going to go to the Clippers, and he's going to make a dynasty over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I can
I
see
mean,
that
what
for
did
sure.
Kawhi
Yeah.
really have around him up in Toronto? Not much.
No.
But they made it work, and man, those guys played some ball.
Yeah, they did. And
So, and he just doesn't want to be under LeBron. I don't think anybody wants to be under LeBron.
No, I don't either,
Especially when you're on the same level.
Yep.
Or even
That's
above.
true.
I mean, I would say Kawhi.
I mean, you could say Kawhi, I mean, arguably, obviously, but is now, after winning that championship, is the best player in basketball.
Is this better?
Which is nuts to think, just like a couple years ago when they, rode him out of San Antonio, that he went, because when that happened, I would say, from my opinion, he was a star, but he was a mid-level star. He wasn't
a Kawhi he is
wasn't
right now.
LeBron status.
Yeah, no.
No.
And all of a sudden, dude, Kawhi's awkward as he is.
No, I'm not.
Of a guy. Not that really matters off the court, but
I think, how he is, like, you can call him awkward or whatnot. He's just quiet. He does his talking on the court, and he said that multiple times. And I think, it's just like, you have to have the right mentality to play somewhere in, like the Lakers. I mean, you have to, or the Celtics. And he probably doesn't.
chose the Clippers.
He chose the Clippers. I mean,
Yeah, he's still in L.A.
He's still in LA. He
I'm
got
not
to
saying
go
it's
back
an
home.
LA thing because, you're talking.
He's from LA,
Yankees
so that
and
was
Mets.
the thing. And, and he got basically exiled to Toronto by Popovich. Like, okay, you want to trade? Here you go. Welcome to Toronto. And look what he does. He wins a championship.
Yeah, I'm sure he's eating that one up right now, Popovich.
And, then now they combine Paul George with him. And they are now the odds-on favorite, 3-1, to win the NBA championship out of nowhere. That's amazing to me.
Damn, yeah, that's.
I mean, because the Clippers were not a bad
They
team
weren't bad,
last
and they
season.
just got a whole lot better
They
right
just
there.
got
Yeah.
you put Kawhi with Paul
All of a
George,
sudden, favorites right there. I don't know.
3-1.
I'd take him favorites.
They are all of a sudden the
After
favorites.
what I saw him do in Toronto, I don't see why not. And he's got
Yeah.
a better supporting cast around him in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you put Kawhi and Paul George and whatever role players they have left against LeBron and AD and mainly nothing that they have left for the most part.
Yeah, just think about how
That's-
strong
that
the
must
West
be-
is now, even more so. I mean, they were always the heavier side of the basketball was the West over the East.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you've even got another team you're throwing in the mix there. I mean,
So,
yeah.
and in a 7-game series in the West Finals, I guess you Kawhi and Paul George. God, geez, that's
not
even
bad.
tough. And I say that, talking about the Lakers, because the Lakers obviously whiffed on Kawhi, but not only did they whiff on Kawhi, but they restructured that AD trade to where they had enough money to get one more max contract player, and they whiffed on it.
I mean, yeah, they didn't get it.
Not
yeah.
only did they not get another max contract player, before they even had a chance, all the mid-level free agents were gone.
Yeah.
So basically, at least from what I know as of right now, they're rolling out with LeBron AD versus the world. I mean, they're still the second favorite to win the NBA championship at 5-1.
Now that I really don't see.
No.
But
I would put the Nuggets over them. I'd put Houston
Nuggets
over
are
them
young,
right now.
strong,
Yeah.
and fast.
they are. But
But that's all up to Jokic, too.
Yeah.
That guy's got to play like he did.
He's got to keep going and keep getting better.
He's got to keep getting better.
I think I looked at the Nuggets. The Nuggets were higher than I thought. They were like number 6 to win it all.
I can see
I mean,
that.
they're not taking down the Clippers. I don't think the Lakers in a
I
7-game
can see
series.
them taking the Lakers down. I don't know about the Clippers.
Yeah. But it's just amazing to me. Kawhi Leonard choosing the Clippers. And
I think that's awesome to spurn the Lakers like that, man.
I think it's
really
awesome,
do.
too.
I think it's great.
Spurring
Yeah.
LeBron. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that happened. He's like, I'm not gonna play for you. I'm gonna,
Yeah, I'm playing for a team. I don't want to play out.
I'm not playing for LeBron.
And I guess the only other basketball stuff I saw that was interesting is now with Oklahoma City, just that team just going away. Russell Westbrook wants out.
Yeah, I was seeing that.
Why
too.
wouldn't
yeah.
you know? I mean,
Well, they've got
And
losing
everything
Kevin
else.
Durant was huge.
I actually read
Yeah.
today
James Harden also.
James
one
Harden.
of, one of the main, and this could be another team to keep in mind if this happens. Houston. You put somehow Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Harden together.
But Chris Paul and Harden have been feuding.
I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying here is if they somehow mend fences, bring in Russell Westbrook, that's a super team.
Yeah, it is, man. That's
Oh,
3 studs right there. Yeah.
Because I was reading today that Houston is top if Russell Westbrook is, because the other teams were like the Heat, other teams where he could go, but he wouldn't be joining a super team.
Yeah. Who just went to the Heat recently? Some big name.
Jimmy
Butler went to
Jimmy
the Heat.
Butler.
That's who it was. Jimmy
So
Butler.
if you partnered up Russell Westbrook with
Well, the
Jimmy
Heat are
Butler,
looking for the Heat are looking at Westbrook right now. Also, I was looking at that today.
What's that?
The Heat's looking about Westbrook.
Why don't
right
the
now.
Nuggets look at Westbrook?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
They're just.
Yeah.
But when I read that Houston was
They lost
in there,
Isaiah Thomas, which ain't that big of a loss for the Nuggets, but still, you do need somebody else in there to help fill up minutes.
Right.
And he could come in there and do more than fill up minutes. He could go in there and show out with them.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot to think about with the NBA. The NBA, I mean, you talk about that whole league in one season has just had flipped upside down.
From what you're normally thinking right now, yeah.
So
Yep.
that's all I really got. I mean, all you got right now, obviously, is free agency with the NBA. Anybody else got anything to add? It's gonna be
basketball. Just one thing I will say. I don't know how this guy didn't get drafted, but he was, I believe, signed on a free agent afterwards. You guys remember last year watching the Duke Central Florida game? Central Florida had that game won in the NCAA tournament and lost it at the very end. And that big man Taco Fall, a 7'7" guy,
Oh yeah, I remember
showing out.
that guy.
Did not get drafted really. Celtics picked him up and he is showing out already.
God, that's
I look
crazy.
at that guy being possibly the steal of the season. That could help the Celtics bump up and get in their little spot right there.
That's true.
I mean, you just saw what he did against what was the number one player picked this year,
Yeah.
the Duke kid.
Yeah.
He shut his ass
Zion.
down. Zion. He pretty much kept Zion in check for the whole game. The only reason they lost the game was because Taco got a cheap foul at the end.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, just throwing that out.
I mean,
props to my
did
Celtics.
we get
I
to
do like Boston
the
Celtics.
Nets? I don't know if we even got the basketball last week. Just
No, I mean-
KD and Kyrie are now.
I mean, Kyrie's
All right,
there,
everybody.
but KD's not there for.
We're gonna take another break.
Until next season.
So, yeah,
Basketball, it's a sport.
it's a
is.
sport.
It's a sport.
That's a good-
It's
yeah.
not going to be playing for a while, so
Yeah.
not a lot to talk about.
What do you
Back in
what do you
2
mean
minutes,
start something
guys.
it's probably-
All right, here we go. We are coming back. These boys are ready to talk more about sports. Go figure.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back to Sports and Tacos, Cyber Freaks. We're moving on to baseball. It's the middle of baseball season. The home run derby just wrapped up. So there's a lot of stuff going on with baseball. I guess we could start off, if we want, with the. What are you guys' thoughts on the home run derby?
I thought it was one of the best ones I've seen.
I mean,
man.
Alonso
mean,
was. I know he was a long shot.
I didn't consider him a long shot. I had him picked earlier today to win.
He wasn't. He
You
wasn't.
did.
I did.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
you did.
up there
Yeah.
with Guerrero Jr.
What do you mean not up there? He's 30
Well,
home
no,
runs.
no. I'm talking about the odds makers.
Oh, I got you.
No, he
yeah,
was
yeah.
not. He
and
was.
Guerrero,
he was
that's
down
a
there.
slugger right there.
He was like.
Definitely.
He wasn't. I want to say he was like 10-1. Acuna was like 10-1. Vlad Guerrero was like 3-1. So it was kind of a long shot that he won. This
Hell, I
sucker.
should have. I wish we had our sports book going on. Bet on Alonso tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Guerrero Jr. I mean, that guy just set the record for the most home runs in a home run derby.
Yeah,
but he burned himself out, and he couldn't take it over. He hit 40 in the second round.
Yeah,
40
home run. That's
home runs in the second
Just
round.
That's a
Swinging-
whole derby for some people.
Like literally
that's
just
one round.
swinging
yeah.
a bat. Like he probably swung a bat in the last like 2-3 hours about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Probably with all the warm ups in between, staying warm.
Jeez,
Yeah,
Louise.
definitely.
I kind of see why some of these guys like just pass on the home run derby. It's probably exhausting.
Well, it's
So-
exhausting, but it's not
It's
about.
gotta be a
But it's
workout,
not.
right?
You know, the home run derby is not about the players. I mean, it is. I mean, they have
It's
to worry
about
about
the
their health,
fans,
but it's about
but
the fans. I mean,
man,
that's
yeah.
what it's
And
about.
kids
That's why
and-
they did it. I mean, everybody loves the long ball. Chicks dig
Yep.
the long ball.
Everybody.
And it was good for
I love
MLB.
the long ball. So my question is, so I was watching Guerrero at the end,
Yeah.
and he was swinging a million times,
Uh-huh.
and then here comes Alonso, and he didn't hit near as many balls, right? So I'm thinking, is that fair doing a
think the
bracket that way?
bracket?
Yeah, that's where I'm
I
going
thought
with
the
that.
bracket off the beginning was off the get go was
Kinda dumb.
kind of ridiculous, anyways, because everybody's excited about Yelich, everybody was excited about Guerrero Jr. So I'm thinking, man, they should put them on opposite sides of the bracket. Maybe they'll meet, but no, they put them off against each other to begin with. Yelich, I mean, ultimately had a back issue, so he dropped out, and they put in Chapman, and Guerrero wiped the floor with him. But I just the brackets, the whole bracket, I just didn't really agree with. But you know what?
Wasn't there
So I don't know leagues, but was that a league thing? Were they both on the
They're
same
just
league?
trying to I think
No.
they changed.
No, there's
it
no
one
leagues in
year.
this one. In this
no,
one. It's
the
just
home run
player, yeah.
derby.
Right, so
They
you're
were just-
absolutely right. They could have played them both against each other. Hope they bring it
That's
together.
the way
at
they
end.
used to do it, is it not? Where they just had like the top 10 home run hitters. They all went up there. They all got 10 outs.
Yep.
It took forever, and it
Yep.
wasn't that.
Yeah.
It wasn't as like on camera entertaining.
No,
Yeah,
tonight
well-
was entertaining. I will say that.
I know.
I will
That-
totally
I
agree
think
with
that's
that.
when they
Yep.
changed it.
I will totally agree with that. Tonight was fun to watch,
Yeah.
even though I only got to watch 30 seconds at a time. But it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it was great that MLB put up $1 million for the winner.
I was gonna say,
That was
didn't
a,
it-
yeah,
and, you know,
$1 million for the winner.
There was
So
actually
get 'em
wasn't
going
there
and play
a
'em,
couple
but yeah.
players in there tonight that were like young rookie players who would have like doubled their salary if they
Yeah,
actually
well,
won it?
Guerrero was one. Alonso
Yeah.
was another one.
Guys
You
all
actually
making
won it.
like 500
Alonso
grand
won
this
the
year.
$1 million. And yeah.
So
But again, like I say, we're talking about matching up, Guerrero and Yelich. I agree with that. That was a bad thing.
Yeah, I think
but
it's a bad move.
Their mindset, because I feel like the people that made the brackets out was thinking it was going to be Yelich versus Alonso and bring it that way. You got a rookie versus the MVP. And that's kind of what I was thinking was supposed to happen with it. And, I mean, Alonso's, 20 years old, 22, whatever.
He's a
30-plus
rookie.
bombs already this year.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah.
yeah,
But-
they unbelievable.
But Yelich didn't play, which sucks.
I
for
know.
that.
yeah,
But
but you know they one other quick note before the home run derby is over. Mike Trout has never been in the home run derby, and I just kind of wonder why. Because Yelich, I was reading today, like his injury isn't that big of a thing. Like according to Yelich, he's playing in the All-Star game tomorrow night, though.
It could have been
Yeah.
a big thing, though. He knows.
Well, that's what I wonder. I wonder if the agents get
Well,
involved
yeah, if you're
in this.
tweaked, you don't want to sit there and swing the bat 500 times tonight,
Well,
knowing you
that's
got to
what
play
I'm saying.
tomorrow
Like
and
after
go,
just
but-
watching Vlad Guerrero Jr. swing the bat 1,000 times, the guy looks exhausted after hitting that many home runs. If agents and stuff don't start to get involved, like dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wouldn't it
I'm
be
gonna be
dumb
that
to-
guy.
to
I'm gonna
hurt
be that guy
yourself?
for a second, right?
And it makes me. My point is, everybody wants to see Mike Trout in a home run derby someday, but he's never done it. I wonder if that's not why.
Okay, so there's two questions out, right? The first question is the guy volunteering to go do that? Is that
They
the
all
reason?
volunteer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is he not in there? Maybe it's his decision. Who cares?
No, it is his
right?
decision.
Right.
It is.
You don't want to do it. Yeah.
But
Just
then
like
the-
Aaron Judge doesn't do it. Stanton,
But
those guys.
But then
yeah.
I'm going to bring this
Yeah,
up.
why isn't Aaron Judge in there?
And
I
this
mean,
is controversial
you get
every
Trout
Like he
single
gets hurt every year.
every single time you bring this up. This is controversial. The
Right,
guy is
so-
a pro player. He might be exhausted today, but he better play tomorrow.
I get that.
So,
But at the end of the day, Guerrero, I don't know. I mean, when you got that much, not for Guerrero, but I'm talking about Judge and Trout, when you get that much money on the line, it would just be really dumb. I don't know. It's almost like Zion Williams all over again.
right.
You're playing a game you're not getting paid for.
Like I said,
Yeah.
and
I think
go
you
back to the
play.
people when I want to go. I don't know when time of year this took place, but I do remember watching some old ESPN shows that was called the Home Run Derby, and it was black and white. It
Yeah,
was
with Mickey
a young
Mantle
Hank
and
Aaron,
Harriman
Harmon Killebrew,
Willie Mays.
everybody. They all did it.
They
It was heads
all
up
did
each
it.
week. This guy versus this guy, and it was
Yep.
a 30-minute show.
Yeah, it was
These
an
guys didn't back out of a home run derby.
Exactly.
They did it for probably nothing, if not minuscule money back then, especially.
Right. Right.
So yeah, people there are pansies.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lean to your left. Just keep right there. You're good. Right there. I like your face.
I bet you.
Not like that. Though.
So
I like your face
it would
on
be
camera.
cool to see. I don't know how they would ever be able to do it. Just get the best of the best in there.
Yeah, what I think Major League tried to do by putting $1 million up this year, and they got a
He's
much better
got-
field than they
that's
have had
true.
in years
Yep.
this year. I will give them that.
That's
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So-
did anybody watch who took the final?
Alonso.
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 Mets rookie for
Rookie.
the Mets. Yeah.
So
He
did-
will be your
Alonso beat
rookie of the
another
year,
rookie.
probably. Yeah.
And did anybody make the million?
Alonso.
Won $1 million by doing it.
That's
So
your
the
winner.
winner took $1
winner
million.
got $1 million.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that. All right, all
Alonso
right.
probably just doubled his salary this year.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like literally, he's a
Yeah.
rookie making probably $500,000.
Okay, so I apologize for not following it that close. Dude, it's the home run derby.
No, I know.
Like, who cares?
Damn it, Elvis.
All right. So, anyways, that's the home run derby. Only other topics I really got right now in baseball that I saw today that were interesting to me was Zach Wheeler might be getting traded to the Red Sox. To me personally, I mean, the Red Sox got to do something about their pitching. I don't know if a starting pitcher is the answer,
Yes.
but it can't
But-
hurt.
We need starters and relievers.
You guys, yeah.
No, we're about to see a handful of names start coming up for the trades
got-
right now with the
Yeah.
deadline coming up.
Yeah,
at the end
pretty
of this
soon
month.
you're going to get in buying and selling.
There's a
season.
lot of teams still, really looking for some help. Like I say, the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Braves.
It's funny,
I
the
would
Yankees
say-
still people talk about them needing help, and those guys are just
It's insane.
I don't know, man.
How much more help do they need?
They don't.
Well,
don't.
I know for a fact that two of their supposedly their best pitchers are crap right now, and that's J.A. Happ, who ain't done. I mean, he's got some wins, but his ERA is close to 5.
They got several.
Plus, you got
Reno
the
coming back for the postseason.
Herman that's still out, or came back last week for his first game.
Right.
But
And just to think, like I just said, they have Severino coming back for the postseason.
and Severino, I even forgot about Severino.
They're
Yeah,
the true
forgot about
ace.
him. Yeah.
So the Yankees are good.
Hey, where are we taking this from here?
The only other note I had was the Yankees today. It was the deadline for signing out of the country players. Yankees snuck in somehow, and
Probably
they-
somebody from Cuba, right?
the Dominican Republic.
Oh, I was close.
A guy named, I assume it's Jason because it's Jasson. Jason
Yes, sir.
Dominguez.
I did see
Yes,
him
sir.
now because when you said his name, I thought it was
Jason
Jason with a double
Dominguez.
S.
They're
Yeah,
comparing.
yeah.
The Yankees may have just signed from the Dominican Republic the next Mike Trout.
It might
what
be
they're saying.
Hassan.
But is it really good to stereotype a kid that young as the next big name
It's true.
guy
He's
like
only
that?
16, but I was watching some video of him, and the kid just crushes.
Yeah,
So you talk about the rich getting richer.
Yeah.
That's all
Well,
I-
no, they'll just use him to trade for somebody else.
That's
probably.
true. Who knows? Yeah, they'll wait till next season. They'll get an ace.
All right,
pitcher.
boys, we're gonna take a break here, man. This has
Wait.
been a good conversation. Oh,
One
Spencer
other
wants to start
real
the
quick
look.
topic.
All right,
is
keep
that-
on going, man. Keep
um,
on going.
Okay, we have your choice. If you're at the All-Star game right now,
Yeah.
the best All-Star game food. I
Oh,
saw.
that's right. The best food.
Best
yeah,
All-Star
yeah,
game
yeah.
I
food.
wish we had it in front of us to try.
Yeah,
So
that
do
would
I.
be good. Dang straight.
But the top three were a meatloaf sandwich, an orange sauce gyro, or a pierogi sandwich, which looked like just a triple bypass.
Wait a minute.
waiting
Wait,
to
are we
happen.
talking? We're talking
about
baseball food?
yeah,
Yes.
ballpark food.
Ballpark
Yeah,
food.
but it's
like
like an
Seattle's
all-star
got
game.
the
This
grasshoppers.
is All-Star
and-
game
yeah.
food. All-Star game.
Dude, I am not going to eat a
But
steak
there-
at a place. Come on.
Yeah,
Where,
of
where
course
are
you
the-
would.
Where are the dogs, man? Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
The only
They're
thing I
showing
eat
off.
at the ballpark, big old thing of nachos,
You
a
have
bunch of
to-
jalapenos.
So give
and
me a
yellow
Rocky Dog.
cheese.
You
Yeah.
have to pick one. What do you-
And then
what
I
do you
regret
bet?
it tomorrow.
I'm gonna
the
go
next
with
day.
my southern style and go a meatloaf sandwich.
Meatloaf sandwich. It looked spectacular.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm going with the pierogi sandwich just because that thing looked like.
I don't
I
even
didn't
know
see
what,
the pictures of
Like
any of these. I'm just going by
literally, I
mindset
think
here.
you
And
would
I don't know how a
you
pierogi
would-
sandwich
it-
would look.
Like it, because a pierogi is just a basically.
I know what a pierogi is. but-
like a deep
So you're just
fried.
I don't even know what a
stuck in-
pierogi
A
is.
pierogi, it's like a ravioli.
yeah, it's
It's like a deep fried ravioli.
yeah.
But it's like big, like the size of this one was like big.
Okay,
the
so
size
different
of-
meat, stuff
stuffed
like
with
that,
all
yeah.
kinds of good stuff.
Cheese, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stuffed into a sandwich.
Well, sell it to me like you're my server. I want to hear it.
I didn't read the exact ingredients.
Well, I want to know
We
because
need
I
to-
don't know what it is.
we
Is
need
it
to
good?
know. A pierogi? Yes, they're good. Or
I'm
like I
interested
said,
in the gyro though.
the orange sauce.
gyro,
Something
that's-
apparently the orange sauce in the gyro is just.
Was it like
to
orange?
die for,
Is it orange flavored, like oranges,
I guess.
or is it just an orange?
All right,
colored?
boys.
Meatloaf sandwich. Orange.
We are
sauce,
going to
gyro,
take a break
pierogi
on this.
sandwich.
I'll go with the
Oh my
pierogi
gosh.
sandwich.
Pierogi
Pierogi.
meatloaf sandwich.
You guys are absolutely
Meatloaf.
killing me.
Done.
All right, we are taking a break, boys. Thank you very much.
Bat out of hell,
Adios.
meatloaf.
So now we're just going over some random stuff.
Now,
All right, we're coming back. Here we go, boys. Spencer, go ahead and take it away, my friend.
all right, welcome back to Sports and Tacos. We're going to wrap it up tonight with major headlines. There's a couple that stood out to me today. One of the, I guess, to me, kind of funnier ones was the fact that the British Open isn't going to let John Daly use a golf cart. Apparently, he's suffering, I think, from sepsis, I guess, from like a spider bite or something.
No, that's just
thought
called.
it was just
That's just
old.
called.
My own,
That's just
my
called old
own
and
opinion.
facts.
My own opinion. They just don't want him driving a golf cart because he might crash it because it's John Daly.
He'll pull a Tony and
Oh,
run into the
'cause
tree like he
he's,
did at
what,
the golf
drunk?
course last Sunday.
Hello?
You know, possibly, maybe.
What?
Okay, does that golf cart need a breathalyzer?
Hell no,
yes,
because that's
yes,
John Daly.
Yes.
I think that's the real reason.
Taylor said it straight up. Yes.
What do you guys
No,
think?
I
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in
I don't
this
really
week.
like what they did right there.
We had a great time here on Sports and Tacos. Please do not forget, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and come back next week, listen to another wonderful episode of Sports and Tacos.